League broadcast here. We're broadcasting the Truck Series today. Um, so we have the trucks at Vegas. I am joined today by Remix, who's commentating with me. Say hi, Remix. So Remix, what do you think is going to happen tonight at Trucks? You think you got a big favorite? Mm,
Racing tonight.
Yeah. I think there's going to be a lot of the competitive guys running tonight since it's not a points event. Uh, So I think that we'll see experiments and more aggressive moves. I think that Sports and Smoke are two really good drivers to pick. Let me give you the field rundown since it's not a sanctioned or technically not a points event, so we don't really know who's running until right now. People in the lobby right now are Texas Bradley, Trios, JC, Ed Fan, Ryan, and Ryan Smoking Sports. With JC in there too, that's another big guy that you could have to watch out for.
Yeah, he's pretty competitive, especially at Vegas.
Yeah, JC is really good at Vegas. In another league he runs, and he won there last night, I believe. So JC looking to continue his Vegas momentum, and he's running 5 days in a row at Vegas probably. So he could go 5 for 5.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting race for the Cup season or series, since he's got all this experience at the track.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a really interesting first race of the playoffs. Um, Definitely with you being in, makes it more
Yeah.
interesting. We'll see what you got. If you're gonna do what
Mm-hmm.
you did last year in the playoffs, or are you gonna continue your
Let's hope.
woes that you've had this season? What do you think about your playoff chances?
I think I'm going to win. I'm sorry, but you got to have faith in yourself. And that's exactly what I'm doing this season.
Yeah, remix. That's a really good way to look at it. You have to have faith in yourself. For me, I'm just looking at it, hoping to take it round by round and just try to move on slowly and methodically. Because I know I'm not going to go out there and blow the doors off everybody, but I know I can maybe outrace people over a consistent period of time. Um, but then there's guys like JC Smoke, Slade, S'mores that will blow your doors off and try to win every race. Um, I think that could be interesting. So
Yeah.
Remix, you think that could be the final four? JC Smoke, Slade, S'mores?
Well, I honestly think that consistency is the key, and I don't think I've ever seen a more consistent driver than JC all season. He's had his ups and downs, yeah, but he's had more ups and downs.
Yeah. Sorry if Remix cuts out a couple times tonight. He has a baby in his house, so he doesn't want you guys to hear that. Um, So, yeah, it should be a fun one at Vegas. Vegas is one of the most fun tracks you can run. The outside and the inside both work, which
Hmm.
really adds another dimension to it.
Yeah. Definitely, it's like a momentum track. You've got the momentum on the high side, you're gonna have a great lap. You have great momentum on the low side, you're gonna have a great lap. But it's not one of those tracks where if you're running bad and you just stick to the inside, you're pretty much safe. It's not like
The,
Atlanta.
the inside is good at this track. I think it's a little bit better on NASCAR E3, but still that outside does have a nice effect. Um, so, hold on a second.
Yeah, I haven't actually raced at Vegas yet on NASCAR Heat 3, so I'm not quite sure exactly. It's an experience for me.
Okay. Yeah, I just was making sure I could hear you. Roman, it is on, 'cause I can hear him. Roman said your share thing isn't on. I was like, oh, it is. I can hear him on the live stream. So, but yeah, Vegas is a fun track. So we should be hopping in here probably any minute now, but I'll let you know when we can accept the invite. Should be an interesting one to watch. With all these Cup guys going at it, it could be a preview of Sunday night.
Yeah, forget you're a cup driver. I just forgot that you're one of my competitors too, so kind of wish
I,
you were racing tonight just so I could see what type of racing you were going to do, but
well,
catch you on the track.
this is about as good as being on the track 'cause I can study what everybody does. Um,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
that
be
is true.
watching whoever does what, and and how they race and see what lanes they use at the track, so maybe I can see how I can better pass somebody. But yeah, I think that as I said, it's gonna be a fun one. Remix has the momentum heading into the playoffs, but you know, as I said in my post-race interview, it's only one more guy to beat. And I'm not really good
Yeah.
at winning.
No, you're consistent. Remember last time at Vegas, you were running pretty good
Yeah, I
until,
was
things happen.
hoping to continue that. But yeah, we got Bradley in the playoffs as well. He's running tonight. Bradley has been really did not have the best start to the year, but he's really started to prove himself as maybe a championship contender in this middle to
hmm
late part of the regular season. What do you think?
I think the type of driver that's just kind of lays back, picks up where people make mistakes. He kind of just makes those quiet moves that benefit him subtly. He doesn't go out there and just win. He's out there and consistently finishes top five, in that area.
Yeah, Bradley really could be one of the more improved drivers this year. He's been racing well.
Definitely.
Um, so also Smoke, Slade, and S'mores, who KY Colonel and Roman, who thank you for them for doing the Cup broadcast, are known as the new Big Three. They came in the Cup Series in the middle of the year, and they've been the class of the field ever since then. Do you think they're going to be the toughest to beat?
Personally, I think Slade is going to be the main competitor. He kind
I
of
hear that baby in the background.
yeah, I was trying to get serious about Slade because he is definitely a serious driver and he can blow the doors off of anyone. But this baby just he made it a positive comment. But yeah, Slade's definitely the one to beat at most of the tracks. I know Swarth is pretty competitive at certain tracks. My drivers obviously, they've got speed. So I think this is probably going to be the toughest playoffs we've had. You know,
Yeah, all two
in
of
the
them.
two that we've had. But no, yeah, I think it's going to be the toughest one. But I still think us, not us back markers, but the guys that aren't always winning like me and you, I think we got a chance.
Yeah, I would hope so. But you mentioned your drivers, and I think that people might be sleeping on Beej. Beej has been one of the more
hmm
consistent drivers that the race has actually been able to be at. So, what do you think? Do you think he's got a good chance to be a Final
Yeah.
Four driver, maybe to surprise everybody?
I think, I think if he makes it, it'd be no surprise. He's got wins this season. He's a consistent driver when he can make it to the track. And overall, he's really good at setups.
Yeah,
He'll get there in 5 minutes. He'll have a setup that's out there running top three.
yeah,
And he's good at changing with the groove of the track. So I don't think it'll be a surprise if he's up there.
yeah. It definitely won't be. Um, Football, another one of your drivers. He
hmm
finished fourth in points, I think, in the regular season. But his issue was really attending the races, and do you think he'll be able to curb that and make a playoff run?
Well, he did speak to me about his attendance. He made it clear that during the playoffs his attendance will improve. And I don't know if I've announced this yet, but I'm going to. It's like a little sneak peek, but he won't be returning to my team, to my organization for the next season to come. I don't know what his plans are, obviously, but all I know is that not because me and him are, we still get along, but he won't be racing in the 41. But his attendance will improve during playoffs, and I think he still has a chance to go out there and win the title.
Yeah, I think that football is a good driver. I think I have fun racing around him. But an issue with football is he now has new pedals, and those new pedals involve having a clutch pedal now.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah.
has hampered his restarts considerably. That might be a
Could be.
liability. His biggest strength now could be his biggest liability. Um, which he can't take advantage of how his super restarts were with the old shifter he had. Now he's maybe one of the worst restarters in the field. Um, who else do you think could be a sleeper?
I think honestly,
He honestly thinks that that baby wants to cry.
oh sorry about that.
That's fine.
I honestly think out of everyone, oh Jesus, I think the 95.
95 of Sports Kid. Yes, he had to get that one out pretty quickly. But yeah, Sports Kid, I completely forgot about him as well. Sports, another one of the guys that he didn't show up all the time this year. He showed up more than football, but a lot of the summer races he missed. About 50-50 in that area, but when he was there, he was a favorite to win always and always running up front. Sports is
Yeah.
really good. He had a strong start, and where he was at in the summer, I think that he was pretty good at. With Charlotte being in the playoffs, but the Roval, we'll see how he does there. He dominated Charlotte um, in the regular season races there, in the All-Star race and the Coca-Cola
Yeah.
600. He won both of them. I was a close second. Um, but I wasn't actually close at the Coke 600. I was pretty far behind him. Um, but yeah, so you're in. Texas is out. How does it feel?
It kind of feels like it was meant to be, honestly. I had the fastest car, even though some people want to bring that, say that I was in that win. But if you look at the live stream, I fought for it, so I think it was meant to be.
Yeah, you definitely had a really fast car. You brought it when you needed to bring it, and that's what a champion does when it's needed most to bring the best you got. Then you do it. And people were doubting the fact that you were the past champion. Everybody was saying that the past champion's gonna miss the playoffs, but that could be maybe the biggest win in the
Uh-huh.
history of our league overall. Because everybody
Yeah.
thought Remix has no chance. He hasn't had a good year. Um, he's probably just gonna miss the playoffs and look like a failure. But he pulled a rabbit out of the hat and won that race, which was really impressive. So another congratulations to you on that. Um,
Thank you. I actually appreciate that.
you're welcome. I'm nice. Um, so we have not only Cup guys running tonight, we got some Xfinity guys. We got Drios, we got Ryan, and we got NFan running as our from the Xfinity series. Um, I believe Ryan is the only one in the playoffs. I don't think NFan's in. Or they don't even start the playoffs. That's this week. So Drios and NFan still have a chance to get in, but Ryan is pretty much solidified in. I was going to say solidly in, but then I changed the word. So Ryan, what do you think about him? You think he could be a championship favorite?
He's a little aggressive. I think he's gonna have to calm down. He's gonna win the championship.
I think he has one win in the playoffs before we even start. Because we have a road course in the playoffs, and that's where Ryan excels at the most. I think he could really do well at the
Yeah,
Roval.
that's where I thought I was gonna win, but at the road course, and then I wasn't able to make it. So it's kind of just he needs to make that to win. Honestly, that's how I see it.
He's got. I don't know about that. He actually has pretty good points compared to everybody else heading into the
Yeah.
playoffs. He does have.
He's yeah.
Yeah, I think he has some playoff points. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Um,
Right. I think he's got some stage wins.
right now he's seventh in the playoff standings, fifth in the
Hmm.
overall point standings. He has 4 stage wins, so he's fourth in playoff points. So he's not in too bad a shape, and who knows? I don't think that Quentin and Harris will actually be there in the playoffs. So those are pretty much 2 guys down.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see, but must-win guys are Edfire, Logan, and Fan. If Smooth shows up, he's probably gonna have to win as well. Even though he's 7 points, I don't know if he can gain that on Colonel. Um, Norfree and Drios, they look a bit too far back to actually be able to make it in. But Yeah, so are you proud of your driver for being the regular season not the regular season champion, but maybe the best driver of the regular season for the Xfinity series?
I'm proud of Harris. I think he's got. I think he had the fastest car. If he had started from the beginning of the season, I think he would have had more wins. But unfortunately, he won't be able to finish the series, and that's a big hit for my team because I wanted to go out there and do what I did last season, win the Xfinity Championship, win the Cup Championship. Um, I wanted to do that. I wanted to have that. It's one of the badges, but you know, it doesn't really matter about speed if you can't make the races, and sadly he won't be able to make the races. So, but I've one chance.
Okay, we have to hop in now, so join that session, and then we will start to spectate, and we will actually be getting into racing. But yeah, you have another chance in Roman, so that should be very interesting to see. And this truck race, another interesting thing. A lot of Cup
Yeah,
drivers, three Xfinity drivers, and they'll go head to head in this event. Faster. All right, here we are. Um, all right, just hop in there now. The World of Westgate 200. That's actually a pretty cool name.
yeah, it's pretty interesting logo too.
It is nice. I probably has something to do with casinos or something, don't you think?
Westgate sounds like a casino,
It
like a
does.
sort of
Like a
hotel
really
casino
nice,
type thing.
really nice one. Yeah. World of
Mm-hmm.
Westgate. If
Probably
anybody
should
in,
have done a little research.
if anybody in the chat knows what it is, then just tell me. All right. So let's see where we hop in here, and we're hopping in with Ryan Higgins battling. It looks like might be Texas for the lead here. Yeah, Higgins out front, and Ryan Higgins will lead the field across the line. The two car behind him, and then he is
I was
followed by the 21 of Bradley, and the two car and the 21 are making a little bit of contact, not too much, and then there's the three car right behind them. Smoke Zemog is racing tonight as well. Not really sure where he is.
he's, I believe he's in the 13. Not sure exactly where on the track, but should be. Huh.
It's kind of weird because I see the two truck, and I don't see a two in the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's weird. Maybe that was like a change. I'm not exactly sure, but
Yeah.
these drivers, they're all showing pretty much the same exact speed,
This
so
is
it's
a
still solid.
a pack race. We're gonna go on board with Enfan here with the Performance Plus Motor Oil on board camera. He's right behind the 20 there of Drios, and
Oh, a
Drios is
little bit of
battling
contact.
JC. He washed up a little bit. Enfan got a tiny bit loose there, it looked like.
Looks
Oh,
like Bradley and the 16 made some contact.
Enfan is running the high lane, it looks like. Now we're on board with JC. He's up there too, and now we're three wide for the lead. Contact with the
Oh,
21 and the 16. Ryan into smoke into sports, and we got the first wreck of the race.
yeah,
Caution
that was just.
probably should be out. If it's not,
Mhm.
is it out?
That was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. The engines still sound like it's in high RPM.
So it's Ryan versus Bradley for the lead. Bradley will beat him across the line.
That was one of
Ryan,
those things where you shouldn't go three wide into that corner.
yeah, it was a interesting event there, but um, that is something that you should probably not do. So maybe the playoff drivers are going to avoid that in the real race. They should anyway. So it looks
Hmm.
like Ryan is favoring a lower lane, but then Bradley likes the top lane, and it looks like it's working really, really well for Bradley. Then I think Enfan is the next car back from them. He did not get involved in that wreck. I think the
I
20
know.
car Drios really didn't get hit too bad as well.
Fourth kid and the three really got that.
Yeah, the 2 and the 87 are battling back here. Yeah, Sports got the worst of it by far.
Mhm.
The Lucas Oil Products Incorporated onboard cam here. Sorry about all the flubs there. That was not good. Now we're back on board with Enfan. Enfan is pretty consistent as he just hits the wall right there.
Yeah.
Um, Just them saying that, it's like a commentator's curse. But Enfan's actually gotten a lot better over this season. He's gotten more speed, and I think he's
Hmm.
gotten to be faster. But his issue is the over aggressiveness that he has sometimes. And Ryan is trying a really, really high lane here. Will it pay off and he can gain on Bradley? Not sure. We'll go on
And
board with him, and he's going to try to make a pass here on Bradley, and it looks like Ryan Higgins is a new leader. Bradley really had no straightaway speed. I think something might have happened to him on the straight. Bradley is looking kind of slow here. He's looking,
look like they caught back.
might be under pressure from Enfan here, and Ryan out front now.
See, what I like what Enfan did there. He really could have pushed the limit, really could have gotten on his bumper, but he let off slowly, hurt it a little bit. He let off, gave Bradley a little more room. He's playing it smart. But, oh, as I said that.
Yeah, he's going on the outside here. Does not look
Nice
like he'll
enough.
be able to make a move out of it. Maybe he's going to dive down below here in this corner. I don't think so. Oh, he might actually make a move here. Bradley's up the track, and Enfan is below him. Bradley did not have that good of a corner, but he'll probably get the run off. 6 laps to go on the stage here. Bradley is holding position in front of Enfan. We'll have our run through the field. So 1, 2, 3, Ryan, Bradley, Enfan. Fourth is Drios. Fifth, JC. Sixth, Smoke. And seventh, Sports, as I said, got the worst of it. And now we might have a good battle for the lead here. Enfan right on the back of Bradley. He's going to maybe look low. No, he won't. And the two GMS cars are going to battle.
Hmm.
Enfan looking on the high lane, but Bradley's making a move low. I don't think he'll be able to pass Ryan in this corner because Ryan will get the huge runoff that you get on that outside. But oh, Enfan making a darting move down to the apron, but nothing will come of it. And Bradley is blocking Enfan. That's a close block. Aggressive
Yeah,
from
that was
Bradley to
close.
hold second.
Not sure and very happy with that.
Enfan could easily give him the bumper, and it would definitely be warranted there
There we
from
go.
from what Bradley did. And now we're heading to 3 laps to go in this stage. Enfan got way up there. I think he might have caught a piece of the wall.
Yeah, that
Not
just
sure.
gave Bradley the drive.
He hit the wall
No.
again on the straightaway. Yeah, and Bradley looks like he'll take second back here. A really, really good battle between Bradley and Enfan. And this is aggressive racing, but it's very respectful aggressive racing. Oh,
Look at what he's got going on back here.
Enfan goes below Bradley. And will he go for a slider or a slide job move here? He won't. He looks like he'll just try to hold the bottom and have the better corner, but doesn't look like it'll work as they're letting Ryan Higgins go out in front of him. He caught the wall a little bit on the straightaway, so Bradley and Enfan might be a little bit faster than him heading into
Oh,
turn number
wow.
1.
We've got a battle back here. 87 was trying to get by the 20. 87 got a little loose. Two cars just got in there, or two trucks got in there and just made the pass. Now 87 trying to gain a spot, just lost one.
Yeah, so now the 2287 back there, and Sports still trailing behind. For the final lap of this stage, we will go on board with Enfan and the Performance Motor Oil Plus Chevrolet camera. Will he try to make a move on? Will he try to make a move on Bradley here, or will it be an aggressive move even? What do you think? He's going
Oh,
below
we're
him
three
right
wide.
now.
We almost went three wide over here with the guys back here, but I think Enfan's probably going to play it smart like he has been, but I don't know if his temper is
Bradley
flipping
caught the
on the
wall a
blind.
little bit on the straightaway, and Enfan's going on the outside here. And the caution looks like it's out. Maybe. No, it's not. And Bradley will block Enfan there. And the run up to the line, Ryan Higgins will win the stage. Bradley second. Close between Smoke and JC for fourth. I think Smoke got it. Fifth was Drios, I believe, and sixth was Sports
Yeah.
Kid.
The 87 just pushed the two car past the 20. I was for sure thinking the 20 was going to get it, back here. So that 87 really came clutch for that too.
Alright, so will anybody make a strategy move here, you think, just to try to get some track position? Since none of these points actually really matter, this is just a race for the win here. Do you think that
Hmm.
we will see some strategy played here?
I think a little less strategy, a little more fun. I think someone's gonna throw in a setup or not a setup, a wild card and I know some guys are already looking fast, so they're probably just going to lower their wedge, make some adjustments. But I think everyone's going to come down. I don't think anyone's going to take 2 tires.
Doesn't look like anybody did. And Ryan Higgins will lead the field to green here. We're going to be on the look back camera here because that gives you the best gauge of everything going on in these restarts. And we're back underway. Ryan Higgins leads the field down the front stretch and into turn number 1 here. Fan right behind him. Behind him is JC. And behind them, I believe, is Sportskid. And Sportskid will make a pass on Drios. As you see, the inside definitely has the advantage on the restarts. But will Bradley get that runoff on the outside to maybe pass Fan? Bradley's getting a little bit swervy, though, but he has the big run, and he will take second back. This will just be a battle of the lanes
Oh,
here.
wow.
And
Too
Fan washed
wide.
up a little bit. Now we're going to be 3 wide, and he's going to make a little bit of contact with Drios. And Drios does an incredible job not to hit the wall.
That was great. Great driving from all those drivers, actually.
And Sports now
Here
looks
we got a
looking low
move.
on Fan, but Fan looks to have the outside lane, which is key on corner exit.
Bradley's under attack by the two, so
Ryan's under attack
gonna
from
see.
Bradley,
Oh
too, and we're
wow,
going
three
to
wide.
maybe go 3 wide for the lead.
Three
Ryan
wide.
squeezes it. Oh, what a close 3 wide battle. And it looks like Ryan is going to get the short end of the stick. Bradley is your new leader in Las Vegas. And how about
Told you he
that?
was one
Ryan all the
he's
way
one of those
back
guys
to
to watch.
battling for 5th now.
Oh,
Contact,
oh
Drios, and we got a wreck. Ryan is flipping.
yeah.
Looks like Drios is in it. I think Drios and JC might have made contact. I'm not too sure. But Bradley was leading. Smoke second. Sports looks to be third. Fan fourth. And JC Live fifth. Sports made a
But
nice
I don't
climb
think
to the front
Bradley.
there.
Yeah, he did. I'm surprised he's actually up here. He was in the midst of all that mess and somehow made it out. But I don't think Bradley's gonna be able to hold on to the lead because that two truck's kind of. I mean, he's faster. I'm sorry, but that two-car truck looks way faster.
I think Smoke's definitely fast at pretty much anything he does. Um,
Oh, and 21 tries to.
Toronto's making a move here. Oh, he
Oh,
makes a little bit of contact with Smoke. Bradley is really looking racy tonight. Smoke has the advantage on the
oh
outside lane,
man,
though,
no
and we're going to go
way.
from the chase cam of Bradley, sponsored by Allegiant.com. Smoke has a nice run off the corner up top. And if he can lead at this point in the corner up top, then he's gonna have a big advantage on corner exit here. Bradley's just gonna slide up behind him and try to get some slipstream here.
That's sure. About 16, he was pretty fast and finally found some speed without being over aggressive, and it didn't work out for him.
Sports is in third, Fan fourth, JC
It seems
fifth,
like the high side. High
Ryan
side's pretty good.
Ryan is sixth, and Trios is in seventh. We'll watch from Sports' camera here and look to see if Bradley can really gain on Smoke Z-Mog here, my booth partner from the Xfinity race last week.
Yeah,
Look,
I remember that.
yeah, it was pretty good. Smoke was awesome to have in the booth. He was really good at it.
Seems like the drivers are now preferring the high side.
Yeah, the high side looks to be where it's at right now. I think they can definitely tell the increased straightaway speed. If you take that high line and the run you get off that corner, I think they're starting to notice it, and pretty much everybody's going up top.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a huge fan of the up top from personal experience in 3 and 4, though. I think the bottom is where to go there.
I think it's all about the way your car's feeling.
I definitely like the top in 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 is where I would question it. Sports
Three
really
and four is
isn't
where you make that quad job.
Sports really isn't gaining or losing on Bradley and Smoke. And now we
He looked
will.
like
Or are you gonna say remix?
Sports looked like he was catching them a little bit because of that battle they had, but then now that that Bradley's just going to chase the two instead of make those moves, I think now Sports kid's kind of a slower truck.
Yeah, it's really evened out.
Oh, an inch away. I think he got it a little bit there, Bradley.
Bradley's at a distance really where he's just not gaining, not losing like Sports. He's losing a
Mhm.
little bit in this corner here, but he might get the run off because he's held his line throughout that corner just a little bit better than Smoke has. Smoke started on the bottom and then washed up to the top. But it looks like it's staying even again, and they're pretty much Bradley is pretty much mirroring Smoke around this track. Whatever line Smoke is running, Bradley's running it behind him. They got a little bit high here in that corner. Almost flirting with the wall there was Bradley. Remix, what do you think about Bradley's chances here tonight?
I think if he can get ahead of that two front, and if he can keep him back there, I think he's got a decent chance. But I don't know. I feel like Smoke's gonna win it. That's just
Yes,
me.
we're at the 2 laps to go point in the stage. No one can pit now. Um, and looks like Ryan won the first stage, but it looks like Smoke is pretty much set on winning stage number 2 here. Bradley trying the bottom and then floating up to the middle, but nothing will come of that. Smoke pulling away just slightly on Bradley. Trio still off the pace. Sports is right up to Bradley now. This could be a battle for second here to finish off the stage. Sports is running the high line. He's going to have a big run off this corner the way he ran it. Here we go. Will he make a move into turn 3? He's got the draft and he had the run. Will he try something here? He's going to look low. Doesn't look like anything will come of it, though, unless Bradley can slide up and hit the wall. Sports right on Bradley's bumper. Sports up into the wall, and he got loose off the corner, really trying for that P2 in the stage. And Enfan actually almost got him for third. JC fifth. Ryan will be sixth, and Drio seventh. That was some good action, don't you think, Remix? I guess Remix is having technical difficulties right now. Um, Probably the baby's crying or whatever, so we'll give him a pass for that one. But that was some really good action. Sports making a late charge at Bradley. Um, Sports really looks to come on in the long run, maybe. So with this being a longer run in the race, with stage 2 being over, and now we have a really long end to the race. Not that long, but longer than the first 2 stages. We'll see if Sports can really run better with the long run atmosphere here. We will watch this on board with whoever's starting like third or fourth, maybe. Ryan's fine to watch it from P6 on the grid. Nobody made a strategy move again, which is interesting. I thought Enfan usually doesn't pit or makes like a 2-tire call. He didn't do either of those. Ryan had a good jump on this restart, but you cannot make it 3 wide on these starts in the Monster Energy NASCAR League. Now it's Smoke and Bradley still battling, and I think Bradley has the advantage, maybe, but Smoke is really, really moving on that bottom, and the run off the corner won't even matter, and Swartz makes a move up top to try to get by Smoke, and he's in a preferred lane right now, as we have the helicopter camera on Sports here. He's going to look to have the run off that corner in the Jordan Anderson Racing number 3 Chevrolet. Will he be able to take Smoke into turn 1? He's not having a good... And JC looks really, really loose there. Smoke is on the bottom. He's looking for a slide job. Won't work. He really washes up, and that'll be to the tune of Sports, Bradley, and whoever was on the top there looked like Enfan. Ryan and Enfan and Smoke 3 wide into turn 3. JC looks to get into the mix, and Drios is trailing them. Sports continues to lead here with Bradley behind him. And they're using that apron to their advantage here. That's one of the tracks where you can use the apron to your advantage. Some tracks there really isn't one on the front stretch, but this one there is. And Remix appears to be back now. Hello, Remix. It appears. I heard
Yeah,
some. Oh, okay.
we've got a code baby.
Code Baby. Oh, that sounds not good. Code Baby alert, everybody. Type that in the chat. But yeah, if you haven't seen, Remix Sports is the new leader, and he looks to be running away with it now. Enfan second, Bradley third, Ryan fourth. Smoke 5th, Drio 6th, and JC 7th. That's surprising. I didn't expect JC to be in
Yeah.
P7 behind Drios.
Yeah, especially behind Rios.
Yeah, Drios has not had the best run today. He got caught in a couple wrecks. And now JC looks to motor by Drios on that inside lane, and now we got Smoke and Ryan battling here. I think Smoke has the best car in the field, but with there being so much traffic and it being tough to pass at times, he might not be able to get back up to sports soon. We'll see on board the Napa onboard cam with Ryan Higgins MLG. A really, really excellent road racer. But don't let that forget the fact that he's pretty decent on ovals too. Ryan is a good oval driver as well, so that makes him a good championship contender maybe in the Xfinity series. Sports continues his lead. Sorry about that. I'm really tired. Fan second, Bradley third, Ryan fourth. Bradley's been floating around that first to third region all race long. So has Enfan really been around second to fourth, and Sports Kid finally has made up to the front, and he looks like he's in total control as of now.
We got a new surprise winner. That's what I'm thinking.
You think that Sports is a surprise winner? Because I don't. Oh, contact. Smoke and Ryan look like they made a little bit of contact there into turn one. We have about 20 laps to go here. Actually, yeah, a little bit over 20 laps to go. JC trailing the field with Drios back there with him. We're going to watch Sports, his onboard camera, and observe the lanes he's driving here. So he's not all the way up at the top, but he's in the higher middle groove. Moves down to the middle here for corner exit, and will roll up to the top on corner exit. That is a beautiful line from Sports Kid. He will go to the almost the bottom, but not quite there, and he'll roll up the track to the outside lane out of the corner. Probably dip down to the apron. Yes, he will. Out of the corner. And that is a nice lap from Sports Kid, and that is definitely showing why he is out front here at the World Westgate 200. Isn't that line beautiful, Remix? Well, he's not here again. And Fan in second. Now we got a battle for third, it looks like, between Bradley and Smoke, and these guys have been back and forth all race long. Ryan Higgins just trailed them a little bit. Bradley will get the runoff and cut down in front of Smoke, but Smoke, I think, has a little bit of a stronger car than Bradley, but they're pretty close, and Ryan Higgins is going to make a nice move down the inside of Smoke, but Smoke has to run off the corner as that outside possesses, and Ryan will slot right back in behind him, and Bradley is now really closing in on Anfan here in the number 25 Chevrolet. 25, 21, 2 all Chevrolets here. It's a Chevrolet top four with a Toyota in fifth, a Chevy in sixth, and I think a Ford in P7. No, it's another Chevy. It's the Chevy Silverado number 20 car. Field is starting to get bunched up again, but they're just following a straight line here. Ryan is in the wall back there. Did not have a good entry into turn 3, and he will lose some ground on the main field here at Las Vegas. And Sports Kid there running pretty solid, but Enfan is gaining on him little by little here. And oh, Bradley got a little bit loose out of that corner. He will do a really good job to stay off the wall. And yeah, Drios and JC are pretty much the same distance behind the field. They have been. Drios looks like he's either pitting or he hit the apron. Not sure which. Yeah, Drios is in the pits here. Looks like he'll have to pit in this final stage. So Drios is going to...
that strategy?
Drios is looking for maybe an undercut on the rest of the field here. Could be a key call from Drios. Maybe he can jump a couple positions here. Will this start a chain of pitting now. We're going to watch the look back camera from Sports. Could see if anybody pits. Looks like Sports is coming in here. Bradley and Ryan will follow him, and Ryan's going to spin into the pits. Huge
Damn.
mistake from Ryan.
That was crazy.
That cannot happen. That is an error that you really can't make. It happens a lot, especially with the cars. These cars under brakes, they really slide out from under you. And Fan out front now. Smoke behind him and JC. Those are the 3 cars remaining on the racetrack. Will they pit this time? JC will dive down into the pits. We're not sure if anybody got a speeding penalty or anything, because we can't tell from this broadcast, but Fan and Smoke are still on the track. JC in the pits. Ryan just exited his pit stall. I think Bradley got a penalty because he came out after Ryan. Or Ryan actually made a strategy call. Ryan didn't take 4 tires. He spun and came out in front of Sports and Bradley. Smoke there. Well, so they have not come into the pits yet. JC in the pits right now. Ryan's there ahead of Sports and Bradley. Drios behind them, so with the immediate response from the other guys, it really didn't make Drios' early pit call much of a factor.
I think JC's probably going to be the favorite because he's going to have fresh tires. Those guys, although they're going to have a lap pressure, maybe a couple more. I think that pitting before them or pitting, or them pitting later kind of benefited him in that.
I think JC might not have taken 4 tires either. Yeah, he came out in front of Ryan, so JC might have made a strategy call here, and that could be the shot in the arm that he needs at this race. Maybe not been there on speed, but the strategy call is there, and he's going to run way up top there and does a really, really good job of staying off the wall, and that's why he's your regular season champion. Wondering, and Smoke is in the pits. Not sure if Fan is. Fan isn't. So Fan remains on the track. Maybe he's hoping for a caution here. Who knows what Fan is thinking right now. But it could be a smart call, and it could be something that ruins his race. We'll find out. But at the end, Fan is going to have way fresher tires than the other guys, especially Drios, who pitted the earliest, and Sports Bradley. Ryan all pitted on the same lap. And Smoke, I like Smoke's position the best out of anybody. He's got the fresh tires. He's in the pits right now. We're going to see where he comes out in relation to the field. I'm not sure if he took 2 tires as well. I think he might have. Yeah, I think he didn't take 4 tires because it looks like he came out in front of JC, and he had a sizable gap in front of JC in the first place. So Smoke also making a call here for the strategy. So it looks like Sports is the first car cycled with 4 tires. We're not sure what Fan is going to do quite yet. He's still staying out on the track, so he's really stretching this run out. What do you think about that call remix from Fan?
I don't think it's going to benefit him that much.
The thing about Sports Kid is he's really been gaining on JC. His gap was 5 seconds a couple laps ago. Now it's only down to 3.5 seconds. And the tires are maybe going to be his key to winning here. Fan continues to stay out. 17 laps to go for the cars that are the lap behind Fan. Fan has 16 to go. But, yeah, Bradley 2 seconds behind Sports right now. So Sports is really the window we need to look at because he is the first car on 4 fresh tires. But he might have worn them out a little bit because after Smoke waited to pit a while. Fan will continue to stay out here at the World of Westgate 200. And I'm not really a fan of this decision at this point.
What do you think? Who's going to win the race at this point?
I think that if a caution comes out, he's home free, but
I'm not so sure pitting this late is going to really affect anything because guys have been driving pretty clean. I doubt there's going to be a caution.
And yeah, the amount, nobody's around each other right now. Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
so the
Ryan is out of the
likelihood of
race.
a caution.
Ryan is out of the race, it looks like. Ryan Higgins blows an engine here, I believe. Not sure. Yeah, I
Might have
think.
gotten a penalty.
No, Ryan blew an engine. He's out. Unless he's pitting
Oh,
again for some reason. Um,
that's bad.
that's not what he wanted. Yeah, everybody's pretty spread out here. And we'll watch a lap with Trios here. See how he's doing.
Trios has been showing some speed this race. Maybe he can
He
bring it
has.
up to the Xfinity.
Yeah, he's not really expected to be up there with the Cup guys, but he's held pretty well up there with them for his stature, and I think he's got a good chance at maybe pulling off a win. But the question is, will he have enough points to actually get into the playoffs? NFan is now gonna pit here, so we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch JC because JC is closing in on Smoke, and we will see where they come out of the pits in relativity to each other. Smoke is running a really, really high lane. And NFan's going to have way fresher tires in the field, so if his car is fast, then he can really benefit from this in the closing laps of this race. So NFan is just exiting the pits here. Smoke right behind him, and this is going to be interesting to see if Smoke cycles out in front of NFan. NFan rejoining now. He will go to the top of the track, and it's going to be a battle here. And Smoke will pass NFan. So that's the new leader, but NFan has fresher tires, so maybe he can use that to his advantage. What are you thinking,
Yeah.
Remix?
I'm thinking, well, it wasn't my favorite strategy, and I said it wasn't going to work. I think that those tires, I mean, just look at the speed he's showing.
He's got a real good run on the inside. They're really holding it well, and he's going to go side by side with Smoke down the back stretch.
I think this is where he should slide on, make it stick or something. He needs to, I don't know. I think he should have done a job there. He should have dive bombed it. Been a little aggressive.
Yeah, I think if he's going to make a move, he needs to make it now. There's a drag race across the line there. It looks like
He's got the
Smoke.
speed.
He does have the speed, but Smoke is holding pretty well on that outside because the runs off the corner are really what's keeping Smoke out front. Less than 10 laps to go now. 9 to go, actually. NFan has a little bit of an advantage here off the corner, and we're completely forgetting about something. Oh, they make a little bit of contact, and Smoke will wash up the track. Smoke's going to have a run off the corner. Incredible save to keep it off the wall and regain the lead here at Las Vegas. But we cannot forget about one thing. There is one man that has 4 fresh tires that is closing in fast on this field with 8 to go. Sports Kid is right up close to JC now. NFan looks to really have a nice run on the bottom of this corner, but that run off the top is so good for Smoke that he is holding the lead. NFan had a really good straightaway, though. He's going to have the nose lead in the corner. Smoke didn't have the best corner. NFan is going to try to clear him here. Will he be able to? And NFan is the new leader here at Las Vegas. How about that? 7 to go here.
That was really good.
Impressive from NFan, maybe proving himself to be able to make the playoffs. Showing his skill at Las Vegas. That Performance Plus Motor Oil Chevrolet Silverado is into turn 3 and 4 very, very strong. I think he's got the second or third fastest car in the field right now. I think Sports. Do you see how he's flying around the track, the way he's caught up to JC? But I'm not sure if he has enough time. 6 laps remaining here. And Fan will remain the leader, and Sports got by JC there. I didn't notice that one. Sorry for not catching that, and he's pretty far ahead of him now as we're focused on the leader and Fan with Smoke behind him, and now the hard-charging Sports Kid with only 5 laps to go here at Las Vegas. And Fan running the lower lane here. Smoke will look to the top lane and really cut close to the wall there in this corner. And now Fan remaining the leader. Now approaching 4 to go, I believe. I believe we're having some connection difficulties with Remix right now, some NAT type issues. So we'll try to get that resolved as soon as possible. I'm not sure if Sports has enough time though to get back up there. Only 4 laps to go and he's got a pretty sizable lead. And Fan is pulling away from Smoke right now here at the World of Westgate 200. Now we have 3 laps to go for Fan. Remember, Fan has not won a race in the Monster Energy NASCAR League yet, and he is looking to break that streak here tonight. And now Smoke does not look like he has enough of the tires to catch Fan. Fan really gaining back when we have connection back with Remix here after some NAT type issues, and now we have 2 laps to go here for Fan and that Performance Plus Motor Oil Chevrolet Silverado. He has had a strong car all day. That strategy call was key. We doubted it for a little bit, but now looking back, it might have been the smartest move he's made and the move of the race, sponsored by Sunoco. That's how you win a race right there. Heading to the last lap here. Looks to be pretty clear, and now he will cross the finish line for 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank.
Been waiting to hear that.
It's pretty good. That's a good sponsor
Yeah,
title.
definitely.
And now Fan looking really strong out of turn 2.
I can't believe those Cup guys are taking notes.
Yeah, Fan really has had an impressive race. Turn 3 and turn 4 for that number 25 Performance Plus Motor Oil Chevrolet. Out of turn 4, the World of Westgate 200 was conquered by a gambling man, and Fan wins.
That was amazing.
Impressive performance by Fan. Smoke looks to be second, and Sports Kid third. JC fourth. Did Bradley get JC? No, JC fourth. Bradley
No,
fifth. And Drio sixth. Ryan Higgins blowing an engine, finishing seventh. Well, it was definitely
unfortunate for his team.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun race to call. These truck races are always great. Remix, what do you think about those races overall?
I thought this race was going to be kind of a sleeper. When I saw it, first start, all the guys were pretty much showing the same speed. It's kind of just, the same lap over and over again. And then I saw all these strategy calls with staying out longer, earlier. Well, just got they much better, and I'm glad Fan won it. It was a good race.
Well, we have a developing story here. Not sure if anything's confirmed yet, but Fan lagged out inches before the line. Fan did not finish the race. But looking at the situation, the officials think they're going to give the win to him, because I saw what happened, and he was about 5 feet from the finish line, and his car went to the pits. So I think that I had to win in my book for Fan. So congratulations to him. Sports is getting out of his car here, and we'll see if we can get him for an interview and what he thought about the race if PlayStation wasn't so doo-doo sometimes. I think that was NFan's race. So I think they'll
Hmm.
have no issue giving that to him.
I think that's going to make a lot of waves for him because he had a bad name. He didn't make a great name for himself throughout the season, and this win, the clean racing, the aggressive racing, and all that, I think it's definitely to him, and I think he got it as a win. I didn't try to take that away from him.
Yeah, I think that.
And
What is up, guys?
Hey,
we've got Sports
Sports.
Kid.
So, Sports, how did you feel about your car there tonight? You looked strong at the beginning of this third stage, but it looks like strategy calls hampered you from winning, and I think the win is going to be given to NFan, but nothing's official yet.
Yeah, Infan definitely deserves that win. Lagging out the line like that is not cool. So I think
Some
we're gonna give him the win
That's something we
for
haven't
that.
seen yet.
Yeah, I've never experienced that before.
Five
But I'll
feet.
take a P3. The truck was a rocket ship for the second and third stage there. Um, we caught JC pretty quick on those four fresh tires, but Slade just got out there a little too far. By the time our tires fell off, we couldn't quite do anything to catch up to Smoke, but it was good. It was fast. I feel like four tires was a good call. Just a few more laps, maybe we could have got to Smoke, but uh, good battles and good clean racing all around.
Um,
Mhm.
so it must be heartbreaking for NFan to be so close to winning, um, but then lag out under
It
100
was
yards
official,
to
by
the
the way.
finish line. But he will probably get the win, and if, as an admin, I would vote yes to that. I know you wouldn't. I
It's
think
official.
Texas, it's
Yeah,
official,
yeah.
and fan
Texas put
wins.
it in the chat
Yeah,
that NFan won.
okay.
So
So it's official now that NFan won. So your heart must drop when that happens. Imagine, what do you think you would say if that was if you were in his shoes there?
oh man, I'd be devastated, especially since NFan, he's struggled throughout the season, and then to see him come in on the new game, his first race really in the new game in the league, and for him to come out and compete with the Cup veterans like Smoke, myself, and JC and Bradley, and be able to pull away at the end was very cool to see. So my heart would have been crushed if that would have happened to me, but I'm glad that he's got the official win. He deserves it.
Um, so who did you have the most fun racing around tonight? Because you were pretty much racing around everybody at every point. So who do you thought you had the best battle with?
I'd say probably about Smoke or Infan. They both raced me pretty good. Was able to avoid a wreck there in stage two, which got me to Bradley's bumper by the end of the stage. Couldn't quite get side by side, but him and I have good battles in the past, and I know me and Bradley respect each other as drivers and race each other as clean as we can. So pretty much everyone was just good battles and real fun truck race.
All right, thank you, Sports Kid.
Yep, thank you guys. Have a good one.
You too.
You too, bud.
So I think that'll be it for our broadcast tonight. Um, thank you to everybody that tuned in. It was a really fun race, and fan the official winner after a heartbreaking moment, but the admins have decided to give it to him. So Remix, what's your final thoughts?
My final thoughts was NFan definitely did a good job all race. Everyone held it clean. It was the type of racing I want to see in the Cup Series. And I just want to apologize to the babies, but it was a fun broadcast.
Um, so yeah, thank you for everybody for watching. For Remix and everybody that raced tonight, I'm Mike, man, and thank you for tuning in to the world of Westgate 200 at Las Vegas.